routine shocker that is notable for only for indicating the kind of junk roles that talented actresses are forced to play in movies.
Well, I mean, he's also in the movie.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Is that why you didn't like it?
Oh, that's not Siskel, that's Ebert.
No, not Siskel. Oh, I'm thinking about somebody else. God, no, not Siskel.
Which one? Ebert.
God, no, the other one. Gene Shalit. Sorry.
Oh, Shalit. Oh, yeah, Gene.
Because Patrick looks like Gene Shalit.
Yeah, he really does, actually. Yeah, you're right.
No, but you know what? It's like Siskel and Ebert. Sometimes it just
they're strange.
I don't think they like, from what we've gathered, they don't go for the most part for genre films.
No,
you know?
It's not their bag.
Again, it's the mid 70s. Mm-hmm. They don't make movies like this yet.
Yeah, this was the first of its kind.
You know, so when you look at some, I mean, at least in North America, Italy was making movies like this.
Well, because you got to think of Psycho, but this is a new take on an original genre, and it created a genre.
Well, no, like I did said, there was in slasher
Italy, yes,
films
they were doing,
Italy.
Yeah, but again, different. It was still
Night
different.
Stalker's pretty much a slasher movie.
No, it is, but it's still different from this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. All of them together. It's not like a punk rock thing. It's not where you're like, well, who did it? Was it England or was it U.S.? Like, this was everybody working together created a genre.
Situation. Yeah.
But
it's one of those things where, like, someone like him, Gene Siskel, is going to look at this and just...
it's just trash, but it's like...
I'm like, yeah, but it wasn't like... I get it if it was a fucking titty picture, or like, co-ed, pillow fight, and then, no, I'm being killed.
Exactly, but you're looking at this
these are people having, like, serious conversations about abortion, and like...
Which, I think I have that in here, and if I don't, I'll explain that the abortion thing is not as hot-takey as you would like it to be. But I'll get to that in a minute.
A little bit when this movie was made.
Yeah, but... it makes sense. If I haven't written it down, I'll explain it to you because I remember it. So we shall talk in a second. The Los Angeles Times wrote, before it maddeningly overreaches in a gratuitously evasive ending, Black Christmas is a smart, stylish, Canadian-made little horror picture that is completely diverting. It may well be that its makers simply couldn't figure out how to end it.
No.
Fuck you.
No, he knew how to end it, and he ended
it.
He did it. I'm sorry that you didn't get a proper, like...
You didn't get a quite happy ending.
And then Billy was killed by Jack. Yeah. No, sorry. That's not how all movies need to end.
No, in fact, a lot of more movies should end like this. Just saying. Modern reviews have been much kinder, calling it the rare slasher with enough intelligence to wind up the tension between bloody outbursts. Black Christmas offers fiendishly enjoyable holiday viewing for genre fans. And for everyone else. Stop fucking putting it in genre. No, this is a great movie.
No, here's the thing. That's not wrong. Because, again, genre picture fans are a special breed. They really are. Again, you look at the reviews, right?
Who are you calling they? Yeah, no, I am.
Yeah, I am part of they. So, you gotta look at, like, the intelligentsia is gonna look at something like this and go, ugh.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about, like, the fucking cinephiles. I'm just saying, like, people who just enjoy a solid, good movie, I would think would enjoy this.
Well, they have to like horror films.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you hate a horror movie, you're not going to watch it. But I'm saying, they're not genre fans. Those are just casual movie watchers, you know. Genre fans are people like me who have hundreds of Freddy Krueger pieces in my home.
I mean, I'd like to see the Venn diagram of people who like horror but not genre. I figured that would be
It does exist. It does exist. But that are just like, you know, they like all kinds of movies. They're not like... oh, I'm a huge horror fan. They're just like, yeah, I'll watch the occasional horror movie. I'm sure it exists.
Right.
I'm willing to bet money on it. I've never met these people, because most people I know are generally like, yeah, I'm a horror fan, or I'm not a horror fan. But I know it exists. Where the hell am I now? Lost my train of thought. Okay. Black Christmas has been released on DVD several times in North America. A 25th anniversary edition was released in Canada on November 6, 2001 by Critical Mass. This edition only contains the theatrical trailer as a bonus feature. The following year, on December 3, 2002, Critical Mass released a collector's edition of the film on DVD with making-of documentaries, 2 audio commentary tracks, and reversible English and French cover artwork. That's not a special feature. That's just Canadian DVDs at this point.
Just you're in Canada.
Yeah.
Now in French.
Yeah. On December 5th, 2006, Critical Mass released a 3rd special edition DVD with newly remastered transfer, 2 original scenes, and a newly uncovered vocal track. A new documentary on the making of the film and a cast and crew interviews. This edition was later released on Blu-ray on November 11, 2008. Soon after the film's 40th anniversary, Anchor Bay released a Blu-ray and DVD in Canada titled The Season's Grievings Edition.
It's the one I got.
It contains the same transfer of the film as the special edition release and all the previous bonus content, plus an addition of a new documentary entitled Black Christmas Legacy, a 40th anniversary panel from Fan Expo 2014, a new commentary track featuring Nick Mancuso as the character of Billy, which is why I want to own this, and I'm actually annoyed that I don't. A new retrospective booklet written by Rue Morgue magazine, and a new packaging art by Gary Pullen, art director of that magazine. This new edition was released on Blu-ray and DVD on November 24th, 2015.
That's the version you want.
I think it might be, but there is this one. In the United States, Scream Factory released the film in a collector's edition Blu-ray on December 13, 2016, with a new transfer and new extras. The Scream Factory release collates all the bonus materials from the previous releases by Critical Mass and Anchor Bay, and also features the 2006 Critical Mass restoration of the film in the bonus materials. That's the one I want, where it's like multiple versions of it, plus everything else. That's why I want that one.
Plus the art on the Scream Factory one is...
It's really nice, yeah. Really it's one of those things that's going to look good on a shelf kind of thing.
Looks really good.
The film eventually gained cult following and is notable for being one of the earliest slasher films. It went on to inspire other slasher films, the biggest one of all being John Carpenter's Halloween, which was apparently inspired by Clark suggesting to him what a Black Christmas sequel would look like. So, there's rumors that him saying that inspired John Carpenter to make the movie.
Just make it at Halloween. It'll be great.
Well, I don't think he said that, but, I would like to believe that that's true.
I mean, it's just like, I made a Christmas one, you make a Halloween one.
Sorry. Weird frog in my throat right now.
I mean, I'm assuming that... Because when was... Halloween is 78,
I think.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, no, I mean, it was definitely... He would have seen the movie and then thought about it and let it gestate while he was working on the rest of the shit that he was working on, and then went,
I just like to think, he's like, he made a Christmas one? I'll make a Halloween
one. It might be that.
No, Halloween!
It does seem like these two would be friends. I don't know why. It just really does kind of seem that way. The film ranked number 87 on Bravo's 100 Scariest Movie Moments. Olivia Hussey told Bravo during the interview that when she was auditioning for the film, Roxanne, she met Steve Martin for the first time. He told her that she starred in one of his favorite movies of all time. Hussey initially thought he was referring to Romeo and Juliet, but was surprised when Martin said it was Black Christmas and that he'd seen the film 27 times. That's because Steve Martin's a goddamn treasure.
Yep.
Legend has it that it was Elvis Presley's favorite horror movie, and his tradition was to watch it every Christmas. Further...
All right, you went on that Black Christmas, man. Maybe some peanut butter fried
peanut butter and
banana sandwiches. I like to see big old fat Elvis with his fried peanut butter and banana sandwiches, watching Black Christmas with like a glass of eggnog and rum.
Can I ask, have you ever had a fried peanut butter banana sandwich?
I have not.
It is fucking delicious.
And it'll also make you 500 pounds.
Might be worth it.
Well,
just saying.
I mean...
Although, eating a bunch of those, I can see why he died on the toilet.
Yeah.
He didn't, but I can see where that would come from, because I would assume that would back you right the fuck up.
Just the image of Elvis just watching play. My favorite Christmas movie, man.
Well, actually, I have a dispute here.
Oh no! Does he also?
Further, that his family kept the tradition alive and watch it in his memory. If true, Elvis would have celebrated this quote-unquote tradition a maximum of only 3 times before his untimely death in August of 1977, less than 3 years after the film's initial release. It's not likely that this became a tradition.
No, but it would have been.
It would have been had he lived for more than 3 years.
3 years that it was out and he was alive. Every year I'll watch it on Christmas, man.
I mean, to be fair, I watched this movie again for the first time in many years and went, why isn't this one of mine?
On your list?
And it's now going to be, so...
Listen, I get
it should have been.
I get that every year that passes, Christmas season expands more and more.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But that list eventually becomes unwieldy. And you...
Oh, mine's already unwieldy. Some shit just doesn't happen.
And you're just like, yeah, I can't, nope. Who has the time?
Well, that's the thing. I've got a list of Christmas movies in my head that I watch in December. If I get to all of them, great. If I don't, hopefully I live to another Christmas.
Yeah, I have them all on a shelf right now, and I'm just like looking at all of them going, well, some of you are not being watched. So.
Yeah, you just have to let it go. But it is what it is. Something I desperately want. A novelization of the film was written by Lee Hayes, was published in 1976 by Popular Library, which offered more insight into the characters and more plot development. The book is rare, however, and has since gone out of print.
Unfortunate.
I might be able to find it, and it just occurs to me that that's where I'm going hunting for tomorrow. There's a place I can look for it, and I'm going to try.
Fair enough.
Yes. Just popped into my head right now. Black Christmas has been remade on 2 separate occasions, with the films differing significantly from the original. No shit. Here's where we get to it. The first remake was directed by Glenn Morgan and was released on December 25th, 2006, for which it drew backlash from Christian groups, which is the only thing I like about this movie, because that's hilarious. It is loosely based on the original film, containing more graphic content, no shit, and a focus onto the past of Billy. Andrea Martin was the only cast member to appear in the film, and Bob Clark served as an executive producer.
She was the house mother,
I
yeah?
don't buy that. She was.
Yeah.
Okay, so I watched it. Let me just give you a bit of a thing onto this. Rough. Yeah. Do you want to know everything about Billy? And do you want it to be insanely fucked up to the point where you never want to know about this? And then, do you want Billy to not be the killer? Would you like Agnes to be the killer? And would you like him to be yellow for no reason?
I was about to say, like, he's yellow in that movie.
Yep. And
like, we're talking, like, yellow, like, Sin City.
Yeah, he's the yellow bastard.
Yellow. He's because he has Simpsons character.
Yeah, he has a liver disease, which, by the way, doesn't affect the plot, other than he's yellow.
Yeah, I don't know what
it did not affect the plot.
Of the liver
had nothing to do with it.
Him killing teenagers or whatever.
He was just yellow.
Young adults.
And he got raped by his mom.
Yeah.
And that's where Agnes came from.
Sister-daughter.
And then he beat the shit out of her,
yep.
Agnes. Agnes went into a home. Agnes then breaks out the same day he gets out. Or vice versa, I can't remember. It really doesn't matter. And then we finally get... It's kind of like Rob Zombie's Halloween, except stupider. You know, because Rob Zombie's Halloween's got some good moments. I kind of like the movie. This is shit. The only thing I liked in it was when they catch little Billy, he's killed his mom, he took cookie cutters out of the drawer and made cookies out of the flesh on her back, and when they found him, he's eating them. That's just a great scene. It's fucked up and a great scene. But that's the only thing positive I can say about this movie. Because it just, from there, becomes the typical 2000s slasher bullshit.
It's also, we're getting the girls that do, like, the pillow fights.
Oh, yeah, no, it was just wall-to-wall fucking. It was just boobs everywhere, and I'm like, this is not the point. This is why we're doing a movie, or a podcast on 80s and 90s movies, because I get to talk about good horror movies once or twice. Because... You don't find those in the 2000s.
And when you do, they're very few
and far between. Yeah. Because modern horror, they don't know how to make it. It's all jump scares and boobs and it's just graphic shit. So I don't like it. After the failure of the remake, Bob Clark began to work on a sequel before he tragically passed away in 2007. It really is. In all these attempts, Olivia Hussey and John Saxon were to reprise the roles of Jess and Lieutenant Fuller, respectively. Jess would have become... the new house mother of the sorority. I would have watched that.
Yeah.
That would have been good. Speaking of something that can't be good, on June 13th, 2019, a new remake was announced by Blumhouse Pictures. Directed and written by Sophia Takal, co-written by April Wolfe, and produced by Jason Blum, starring Imogen Poots and Carrie Elwes. Strike one. And filmed in New Zealand. Because the film will be released on December 13th, 2019.
Yep, it is. Coming out next Friday.
I saw the trailer for this. Holy shit.
If you thought the 2006 one had nothing to do with the original...
Holy fuck.
This one is not anything. This is just, we took the name.
Yeah. It's set at Christmas, we took the name, this
and
is the movie.
And there's sorority girls. That's it.
For me...
There's a weird cult thing going on that has nothing to do with anything.
I mean, before that even happens, the first strike for me was the film will be rated PG-13.
Ooh, yeah.
You can't make horror movies that are PG-13. You can't. Yes, they have. I understand that. But they can't. I mean,
you can.
Physically, you can.
Shouldn't.
It should never happen. And I'm not saying I need gore, as you just heard me deride it. But
this movie's there's not much blood in
No.
this entire film.
But it is rated R because it is fucking tense. And that's what horror movies